Pull your microphone closer to your face. Ta-da, ta-da. Woo! I made it. My lip gloss is not in this room. That's going to be a problem for me. Happy Sunday. It's podcast day. I have a sea of yarn floating around here. And hopefully that sea of yarn and I can be sort of worked together to do things. Susanna, we're live. Well, Susanna, I got your message. Hi, Jen. Hey, Melanie. It is technically just a touch over into afternoon for me, but hey, Sandy. And Suzanne, oh my God, we got all sorts of people floating in here. Excellent. Okay, that means the link went out and everything works properly. We're wired today because some human, I'm the human, forgot to charge our headphones. Whoops. Ooh, Melanie, that sounds lovely. I've got bread rising, like bread dough rising in the oven that I have to go deal with after this because I'm out of bread, which necessitated more bread. So I'm in the process of making bread, but I like a no knead dough. So like the first rise is like 4 to 5 hours because I don't want to work at it. I'm fine just letting it do its own thing in the oven. So first check happens at like 1 o'clock, which is when I'm technically supposed to be done this. Hey, Asa. We're here. We should do a podcast. There is less to get through as it is like that first official full week has gone by here in November. Oh, so many things going on. Now we'll talk about the yarn, like October's club yarn and the yarn club scheme that I opened last. We'll do the new stuff last. Let's go through the usuals. Let's start with a square update because that's always good to get that off our bowl plate right away. I have a big old stack here on the floor. Oh my God, there's so many. This pile is getting unmanageable, you guys. Unmanageable. I've been steadily working on squares, giant squares, to do a queen size bedspread. And then for a while I was like, I don't know, we'll have enough yarn. We might end up making it a couch throw. We have enough yarn. So we're going to finish off making a queen size bedspread. I am holding 2 strands of sock weight yarn held double on a 4mm crochet hook. And I am just making 27 round granny squares. I have a giant stack. Like I said, this is starting to get unmanageable. I laid out what we had. I had a friend visiting yesterday. Aaron was visiting yesterday. And we came to the conclusion that it's got to be a warm color. So we're thinking brown as the neutral in between color. I do not have enough DK brown to do 2 rounds of brown around each of these squares and connect them into a large blanket and then have enough brown left over to do a border edge detailing on top of that. However, she's not wrong. I need a warm color. It needs to be a brown or a warm gray for these big old squares. But I did get 1 more done. So I think we're up to 7 or 8 now of 9. We needed 9 to do the bulk of the bed. Hey, Melanie. Melanie G. Love it. Could you please lie down? Monster. Fine. Quadruped's not listening to me. We've got 1 square, 2 square, 3 squares, 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares, 7 squares. So I'm on square 8. I'm on square 8. I don't know which one is the one I just finished. I think it might be this one's the one I finished this week. Maybe. 7, which means I'm on square 8. So I have 2 more big squares to do. Then I can buy the yarn that I need to connect all the squares in the round. And then if I stay on track, I might have this assembled into the first week of December, which means we might have a finished blanket for the end of the year because then I'll have to do the borders, details and stuff around it. And I've decided for around the, that makes a solid thwunk when that goes on the ground. I've got the main grid of 9, which covers like the width of the top of my queen size bed, but down the sides and at the top and bottom, I think I'm going to take the number of clusters you need per edge, and I'm going to divide that by like 3 or 4, whatever works into it evenly once I'm done. And I'm going to make smaller multicolored squares, and then I'm going to attach the smaller multicolored squares with more brown yarn around the outside of it to make like a nice sort of smaller a smaller square grid around the outside of the blanket. That's what I think I'm going to do. What? Asa, you are on a finishing spree. Wow. I love a recipe link. I'm glad you are feeling better, Susanna, or you're feeling well today at least. Also, I wish I was having a finishing day. It's okay. I'm not. I had a pretty low energy weekend. It happens. It's not the end of the world. We move on as best as we can, right? Here's square 8. I've started it, as you can see. I've got 2 random colors. As per usual, I have not been paying attention to these colors as I go into it. I can, however, tell you that my sock yarn scraps at like 50 grams or more consumed a large Walmart bag. We are now down to a extra large Ziploc bag. That is how much scrap this project has eaten through. So I am so seriously tickled pink to update my numbers when I get this done. Even though I do know I got to add yarn to the collection when I buy the brown to then finish the blanket. It's fine. I understood that this was a thing that could happen depending on my colors, right? It's a thing. And guess what? It's happened. Jen, you and me both. The cast on is it's a real problem for me this week. All right, here's a square I'm currently working on. As you can see, we did a bit of a color shift and change. So I am plowing through my squares. I tend to work on them in the morning when the cat wants cuddles and stuff. So we chill out and I have breakfast and I do my work on this and I listen to some podcasts, or in the evening before I go to bed. One of the 2 ways, but that seems to be working well. I'm definitely putting more than an hour in on this project every day right now, and that is okay. I want to get it done, so I might try to, as soon as my last Advent is done, because I have 2 Advent partners this year. If you guys don't already know, Patreon members, we get paired up if you want to participate in an Advent exchange each year. When there's an odd number of people, I just take on a second Advent. So Advent the 1st is wrapped, needs to get into the mail. Advent the 2nd desperately needs to be finished. Thankfully, the second Advent is it's for Erin. She lives in the city, so it doesn't got far to go. I don't go far to go, so it's fine. I will somehow manage it by the end of November. I'll get there. However, this is going to pick up. Hopefully I can keep on track or pick up pace with this so I can get a blanket finished for the end of December for myself, which I think would be really nice to have. Noting that I do a lot of stuff in December that's like extra. You know? All right, Melanie, say hi to the hubby. It's a thing that happens. I got to keep track of time today because I've got company coming shortly after 1 o'clock. I'm going to play some Warhammer. Oh, yeah, bubbles. It feels amazing. Okay. What else we got? What's next in the stack? Ooh, we can talk about this. I did the check-in with Louise yesterday evening. So last month, a secret project was the Haunted House Cowl. Oh, what's the designer's name? Well, if you look up Haunted House Cowl, it's the first thing that pops up. It's fine. I primarily wanted to use and focus in on using up some of this variegated Halloween yarn that I have, that I very much enjoyed. I can now talk about it because I was working on it in the background. I did the first go round where I did section 1 in gray, and I was like, not moody enough because it was a very nice light gray. So then I was like, okay, let's try section 1 in the variegated color work, like or in the variegated yarns. Too variegated. It didn't work for the patterning. Attempt number 3 had I went and I found a mini. So I have a red section, a nice deep red section, which has got the moody that I'm looking for. I know this section so well, I didn't even have to look up the special stitch. And then section 2, which has got a bobble stitch, which I had every intention of skipping and not doing at all because I don't enjoy a bobble stitch, is in the variegated because it's just a plain stockinette section. So I've just started section 2 for the third freaking time because I've started this whole project 2 or 3 times. 3 times? Yeah, this is my third time starting this project. So not a finish like I was hoping, though my October got seriously derailed. That's fine. It happens. This is all I want to work on. So this is obviously going to prove to be problematic for me because I have deadline stuff that I need to get done. We've got new things technically, but I casted it back on yesterday and I was talking with Louise about it. So I still consider it a win because I did project work on the project and I saw it in person and I started putting it together and I figured out a pattern rotation for colors that I like. So I want to just move forward with the project now. I'm hoping maybe I've got some time this week to sort of sneak it in places, but we will see, right? The best you can do, right? Booper. That African flower crochet stitch looks really pretty. I have absolutely no interest in making anything, Susanna. Hey, Erin. Oh no, Susanna. All right, so we definitely did get some work done on this, which is good. Not as much as I wanted to, but that's not really a shock at this point, guys. Are we surprised? No. It is somewhat limited. The color work charts for the pattern. So each section is charted and there's written instructions. So far I have been working strictly off the written instructions, which means I am on my computer when I do it because it is columned text, so not screen reader friendly. That's fine. When we get to the charts, she made grayscale charts that you can find at the back of the like at the back of the pattern for it. So like I will go section by section, but then I'm going to have to scroll back to get to the charts that are easier to read. The good news is grayscale charts are delightful for me to read because it's always like a black and a gray, or like a really dark gray and a light gray, but it sits into a color palette where there's no white and then light color options. So it's a much easier chart to read. So I am not worried about that part. I do have another red mini in case I need a secondary red. And I have my slime green fingering yarn also to put onto that cowl at some point. So I'm going to play it by ear section by section. And I'm just going to make sure that 2 colors don't touch. So I want solids for colorworks, obviously. I want variegateds for places where I'm going to be switching up a stockinette stitch, or it's like the pumpkins, and it'd be fun to see it that way in some of the larger chunk color work. But I have settled in. We took the gray out, we put the red in, and I am a lot happier with how this is working out. I do think I might just continue, like once I'm done the haunted house cowl, I just might move on to the next cowl in the collection that I have because I really want to make that spiderweb one too. So like we just might make 2026 the year of Halloween. Like I might just do Halloween for forever and just never leave Halloween ever again. I feel like that's, it's going to be my happy place anyway, right? You guys don't mind. All right, what else do we got going on here? I wound a ball of yarn to cast on a project. Well, I suppose because it was a check-in. Everybody voted last night for my project for this month, which had to be gift knitting because I need to finish the stuff for my sister, the stuff for my mom, the item for my dad, the thing for my niece, and get started on my brother-in-law's project. His will not be done by Christmas. I informed him his will not be done by Christmas. So he will get to see it and then it gets returned to me because I'm making a couch throw and he's like 6'2", 6'3". The dude's like me. He's tall. He's tall. A 32 by 34 inch lap blanket might work great for lots of people. It doesn't work great for those of us, 32 by 36. It doesn't work for those of us who need more length in our couch blankets to cover us if we want to have a nap. And to me, that is the purpose of a couch blanket. A couch blanket is something you curl up underneath to watch a movie or to sleep with. So I need to make it 32 inches wide by 40 inches long. I need to crochet it because that's the only way I'm going to feasibly get it done at any point in time. And his favorite no, what's American footballs? Is it NH? No, NHL is hockey. Oh, I don't sports ball. Whatever, the American Football League. I'll just use their full name. Screw acronyms. He likes the Chicago Bears. I don't have a blanket quantity worth of yarn in navy, burnt orange, and white. So I got to go buy yarn for it, which works because I need to get yarn for the blanket to finish the blanket project. So on Michael's order, here we come, right? However, last night we were voting between me finishing my sister's project as the Secret Craft Off Challenge or working on my dad's hat for the Secret Challenge for this month. And this month, everybody picked the hat. So here's the orange for my dad's hat. It's obviously a hunter orange. NFL? I don't care. It's sports ball. The reason for the hat is my dad does hunt. So the orange hunt color is a really good idea for him. It's a safety thing, and he just needs a new hat. So this is a practical replacement item for him. I was just initially going to just do a simple rib and be done with it, but I think I want to brioche knit this. It'll be nice. It'll be squishy. Dad wears this on top of a hat already. So he puts on a baseball hat and then he puts the toque on over top. So this toque's going on top of a head over a hat. So it's not sitting next to the skin. So I'm hoping the bricks and little I'm making it out of is going to be okay. But I think the brioche stitch will just be nice and just add a nice little woolly element to it. Also, I don't want to do any more ribbing than I've already have to do this month. So brioche will save me from that. Also means I can knit it flat, just do the basic brioche stitch, seam it up the side, and cinch it at the top, which just makes for an easier construction for me. So step 1, figure out how many stitches I need. I need to cast this on and make sure that it is comfortable but loose on my head because my dad's head's a bit bigger than mine. And then I just need to make sure I make a big old rectangle that I can sew together. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, but good for Dad and good for when he's out hunting with his buddies, because I don't want him having an accident because they're out there with guns, and that is stressful sometimes. Oh, goodness gracious, I got stuff going everywhere. My God. Okay. We've secured stuff. Well, yes, Erin, I could brioche in 2 colors so it's softer on the inside, but I don't want more effort. And I don't know, because I don't know if Dad will even notice or not. I know I couldn't do Briggs and Little for my mom. Obviously, I can't even do wool for my mom. She reacts really badly. But I don't know if Dad will care for an outside hat. I don't know if it'll bother him or not, because it doesn't, obviously it doesn't bother me. I knit in Briggs and Little fairly often. I enjoy it as a yarn. So I don't know. I'm going to do it. And if he doesn't particularly like it, but one of his buddies can wear it, it doesn't bother them, it can get regifted down the line, and then I'll just make him another one, and I'll restrict the yarn quota from there. But step 1, let's make the hat. Let's see if he wears it. And we'll just make the decisions after that. However, I don't want extra effort. So we're going with 1 color brioche. We've got deadlines. I love that Erin's the one that's suggesting I could do 2 color brioche, which would take a little more effort and a little more time. And it's her advent that I need to get finished. Stop adding to my workload. Let's do a super quick check-in on the wood woes. If you guys saw my Instagram post from yesterday, you saw that I was winding more yarn for the wood woes. We are not done our second ball of yarn. I made very little progress this week, not even half an inch. Just did a couple of rounds. But this is definitely I'm at the computer and I'm processing videos stuff right now. So while I'm learning how to use new video editing software and I'm watching videos, I'm obviously working on that. It will take forever and a hot minute because it is a fingering weight sweater. The Wood Woes is by Tristan of Dragon Horde Designs. It is a go-to sweater for me. I have made one already and I loves it. So this is my second Wood Woes. The color of yarn, I'll show it here again. Look, ball number 2 is it's getting there. It's getting smaller. It's almost small enough to get excited. Well, maybe I could work on this tonight while the boys are over and we're playing Warhammer, because there'll be some downtime while they make decisions. This yarn is Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co's yarn. This is I Am Borg, I believe. It's from the Star Trek Club year. and I really like it. And it's the Borg colorway. It's really pretty. Still tickled pink that the very light sickly green in here glows under black light. Oh, that just amuses me greatly. Oh, adding to my plate is amusing. You're not wrong. Okay. Well, Susanna, if you're off on Monday and Tuesday, you should relax. Well, Tuesday's Remembrance Day for Canadians, so I've got to keep in mind that some people will have the Tuesday morning off. Some people have the Tuesday full day off. Who knows? Oh, I got the name right. Asa loves giving me tasks. And I think Asa just loves to add to my to-do list. What Asa doesn't have to deal with that Fireweed Fiberco has to deal with in person is how frazzled I get when I have too much on the go and how klutzy I am. I don't know, Susanna, for because like in America, I think it's called Veterans Day. Here it's called Remembrance Day. We all do on November the 11th sort of celebration in most places around the world. I think the idea is that on the 11th month, the 11th day of the 11th month, the 11th hour, you stop and you take that pause. But I think we have different names for it depending on where we are. Here we call it Remembrance Day. I go to a ceremony service in person most years, unless I'm very, very dizzy and I'm having a bad vision day, or the weather is truly crappy and I just don't feel like dealing with people who can't grasp the concept they live in a place where snow shows up. I'll stay home on those years, but so far it looks like we're okay. I should be able to go to the services in person on Tuesday, which will be really nice. So I know that when I worked and I had the option to take them, like if it was a holiday Tuesday and I could take the Monday off, I would take the Monday off and the Tuesday off, so I didn't have to go to work for one day. You know, hey Tracy. Do, 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 do. All right, what do we got next? We did the squares. We talked about my dad's hat and the check-in. We've got I've got yarn like right in front of me, so like my brain just wants to show you guys the new stuff, but no, do the other stuff first. Oh my god. Pull it back off the floor. There's lots going on. Ooh, do you guys want to see a finish? I finished a thing. I finished a thing. It's important that I finish things because, oh my god. I am out of freaking 4mm needles, and my sock needle collection's thin on the ground. Like I don't know my Batiste, Smurfy. I have so much going on. No, did I move it out to the coffee table? Rude of me, you guys. I'm gonna have to show you the sock yarn next week. Okay, I moved a yarn skein. I'm sorry. Sorry. So I had to get a sock done. We had to get a sock done because I wanted to participate in the Christmas sock along with Wildflower Wool's channel. Do I ever finish these socks I start? No, I'm so slow at sock knitting. It's fine. I understand this about myself. But we did finish our second sock, our second scrappy fun heel sock. I did have to do some weird stuff to make it work, and I'll explain my weird stuff here in a hot second. But you can see we got our fun yellow toe. Main body color yarn is 1-800-ELAINE, I believe. We're inside out because I knit inside out, and in the round, especially when I'm in the round, it's inside out. But I didn't have enough of the green for the heel, so I picked two minis, right? So I picked this yellow mini, and then I picked this olivey green mini, and I didn't have enough yarn to finish my heel, so like a good third of my heel had to go back to the yellow. They're meant to be scrappy fun socks, so I'm not even remotely bothered that my heels don't match. That's fine. I did, however, get it done. It's off the needles. I need to weave in the ends, and then I can join its partner, who is sitting patiently waiting to get added to the sock drawer. So we got some sock done, which is good because then I can cast on the Christmas socks I wanted to cast on earlier. Hang on, I gotta go put those up there so I know what that is. So which that's exciting. So I do have an FO and I got a complete pair of socks, which is nice because then socks are done. Oh, I should take some Instagram photos. And yes, Susanna, if you guys have a hot second, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that would be amazeballs. I would super appreciate it. That's what I should do. I should put both of my lane socks I just finished on my sock blockers and take a photo of it with the Christmas tree yarn colorway. Cause thanks to Asa helping, we found a wonderful little sock pattern called the nutmeg socks, and I'm going to make those as Christmas socks. Which just makes I'm sorry, my nose is just itchy. I was fine till I'm allergic to podcasting. It was fine till I got on the air, and now I just want to sniffle all the time. I'm going to take the nutmeg socks. I'm going to make them out of a variegated yarn, which means, yes, I'm going to lose some of the patterning. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. They are a cuff down sock, which is pretty unusual for me. I usually do toe up, but the nutmeg socks are a free Ravelry download. So I'll make do. It's free. I'm not paying for it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Kind enough to do all those works. I do need an Instagram. The yellow looks white. Oh, yeah, it's yellow, guys. It is strongly yellow on that toe. All right, I know where my sock blockers are. I will take a photo, and I will take a photo of the completed socks and the skein of yarn for the next project for everybody. I will do that. Not a problem. I need to get better at taking Instagram photos for you guys anyway. I've been terrible at it the last few months. What is going on? I've got am I stuck? Oh, this is worse than when I make socks. Isn't that talent where you just somehow magically get your yarn wound up and stuff? Gross. Okay, so the other thing, the Fiber Friends this month, their challenge is the craft is the gift knitting, which is fair. It needs to happen. And I'm obviously I don't enter prize dresses or anything, so I'm just doing the challenge because I acknowledge it's November and I need to get my gift knitting finished, or at the very least get enough of the knitting finished that I can function and do other things, which would be kind of nice. I'm really seriously trying to get this yarn situation organized and figured out. But Cheryl of the Fiber Friends is on a bit of a sweater kick. Well, the Halloween sweater didn't work out that well for me. I just didn't have time. And I'm right, it's on the wrong size needles. So I don't even know where my brain went when I casted the thing on because I don't have the right size needles going. So I need to pull out what I have anyway. I was determined that this was not going to be how the Christmas sweater was going to go. The Christmas sweater was going to have the things. And I was going to be on track. I've got 2 months to do a sweater. Even though it's busy, it's doable. So I pulled out the Skein Deer Knits pattern that I have. That is the festive yoke cardigan. I had the cardigan version, and because I like cardigans, and I pulled it out and I took a look at it. And for the life of me, those charts are absolutely freaking unmanageable. I am going to have to rechart that whole freaking pattern. I paid for this pattern. That is how terrible the coloring is for it. So I don't have time to do that. It is. You're in BC, so noon Manitoba time. You are 2 hours behind me out on BC. So 10 a.m. your time, I believe, is noon my time. Yeah, I think noon Central is 10 a.m. Tracy, what time is it out there? Tracy's in BC. Time zones. 10 a.m. See, Tracy lives in BC. What time is it, Tracy? So I opened up the Skein Deer Knit pattern and I couldn't read it. I got frustrated. I got mad. So I looked around a couple of other patterns. Now, I enjoy color work. We got to start the conversation there. I find color work quite relaxing. I know it's not for everybody. Also, I know it's not your thing, and it's fine. There are many things about knitting that I don't enjoy. Baubles It's one thing. I don't know. Just no. Ribbing, also not a fan. It's fine. But I wanted a festive Christmas sweater. I wanted an aggressively Christmas in your face Christmas sweater. So I went, okay, Skander's not going to work. I'm miffed because I paid money for it, and I'm now going to have to do 10, 15 hours worth of work to recolor those charts by hand in another program to make them readable. Do I have something as a backup sweater? So I had a couple of backup Christmas sweaters that I liked. They would work. They weren't exactly what I was looking for, but like they would do, right? So I took a look at them. Their charts didn't rotate to dark mode at all. Not as miffed about that because those ones were free. So I'm like, that's fine. Like you've already done a lot of work and you've gifted this pattern for free. I will make that last leap. Totally fine. This is not an issue for me. But still have the same problem. I don't have time to remake color work charts and knit a sweater in 2 months on top of the other stuff that goes on at the end of the year. So at this point, I am frustrated. Well, also the Norwegian Ugly Christmas sweater is aggressively Christmas in your face. It's not quite what I'm going for. Not quite the level of chintzy holiday fun I was looking for. It's a thing. Oh, you're on Alberta time? Alberta's an hour. Alberta is an hour behind me because Saskatchewan doesn't change. So, like right now, me and Saskatchewan have the same time zone. Time zones are fun. Like, I don't care that we have daylight savings time. I just, whatever it is we do, could we just do it across the country? Like, if we do daylight savings time, could we just all do it? And since some of us don't do it, could we just then just all not do it? Could that just be an option? Just so that we don't have like that one random province in the middle of our freaking country that's like, no. Fine. I think the Yukon also doesn't do it. So it's like we got a province and a territory that are like, nope, we're good. Like, come on. Or a state, I should say. So it just Manitoba does daylight savings time, so it's changed. It's fine. For half the year, my stove is incorrect because this clock on my stove tells me what time it is in my mother's kitchen in Saskatchewan. Just makes my life easier. Outside of that, my only three sources of clocks in this apartment are all wired to the internet, so they update automatically. So I don't generally notice daylight savings time or the removal of it. Like it just doesn't really notice in my scheduled plan. Either way, we were talking Christmas sweaters. So I'm frustrated. At this point, I've now had a meltdown because I've had to literally stare the very harsh truth that I'm going blind in the face aggressively. I don't like it. It's not fun. It makes me moody. It makes me upset. It generally involves tears, chocolate, and usually a call to my therapist because this is something we're working on because I can't change what's happening to me. So I'm going to deal with that, and I got mad. Okay, so now I'm mad. So the color work charts and the color work sweaters aren't an option. I'm mad. I can't do what I want, and I can't do what I want because I'm going blind. I have to walk away from the whole concept. I have to wait till my temper comes down and it no longer cheeses me off to the point where I'm going to bust into tears and cry. Why? Guys, there's boys coming over in like an hour. I can't be crying. When the boys come over, they freak out. The men folk don't know what to do. It startles them. And you're not supposed to frighten the weaker gender. It's not recommended. So it's not a thing I can do. But I want to make a Christmas sweater. So it's just so it's a thing. So fine. I went into my pattern lists. Tristan of Dragonheart Designs. She doesn't ever leave me wrong. I've made several of her sweaters. They've always fit great. The only two things I've ever had to do for these paid patterns to fit good is not do the short rows and make the body longer. I'm nearly 6 feet tall. I wear things that are very fitted. I just need more inches under the underarm to get down to the right spot. This is fine. It would be crazy to expect people to make things in my length when most people aren't going to come in my height range. That's crazy pants. So I grabbed her Saturday morning sweater, which I already own. It is technically a worsted weight pattern. And I'm like, useful, not useful, maybe useful. I have taken to wearing my leggings that I made. I made some yoga leggings earlier this year. Last year? Did I make the yoga leggings this year or last year? When was the legging challenge? I think it was this spring. It was either like late winter last year or like early spring this year. Anyway, I have a pair of white yoga leggings and I love them. They wrap around the bottom of my foot and there's a space where the heel sits, and I put them on after I've done my yoga in the morning. Shocking, I know. So I'm usually chilling in my yoga pants or my tights, and I got my yoga leggings on post workout. But sometimes my ribs will start to hurt. Now, one ribs hurt for whatever farting reason they want to. They always have. It's a thing. The other ribs hurt because I fell down the stairs a year ago now, more than a year ago, almost 2 years ago now. I took a nosedive down a flight of stairs, cracked a couple of ribs. Breathing hurt for a long time. It's fine. I'm healed. Occasionally, my ribs hurt, especially if my back gets cold. So I'm like, okay, maybe what I need is a worsted weight boxy sweater, like a nice big comfy sweater that I can throw on post yoga when I'm cooling down so that I don't cool down too fast and trigger that rib cage pain, because wow, it's uncomfortable. Tis not fun. Now, one side of the ribs that hurt for whatever reason they want to, and doctors haven't been able to figure out for forever, that they're just going to do their own thing. They're just going to hurt. That's just how they work. But if I could like reduce the amount of time that I'm spending having to sit very upright and breathing carefully when both sides of my rib cage hurt, that would be appreciated. So I'm wondering if the sweater might do the trick for that. So I'm going to make like why? Why? I have not damaged those ribs at all. But okay, fine, whatever. It makes like the ones that I damaged makes total sense when they hurt randomly. I'm okay, no, like seriously, I injured you. That's fine, no problem. But with the ones that don't, oh, I'm glad. Tracy, you get me. Oh, Susanna, you should have seen how my screen reader read the ha 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 ha. So yeah, I haven't had children ever, so I don't think we can blame childbirth on this one. Oh my god, doctors are ridiculous. So I'm going to make the Saturday morning sweater. I'm going to use DK weight yarn held double because it's a worsted, and I just want to make a nice fast sweater because I need something fun. I need a win, and it can't be color work. I just cannot be color work. I contemplate maybe going down to a DK weight. I'd love to go down and just use a DK weight yarn held single to do this, to have a bit of a lighter weight to it so it'd be more functional. I simply don't have a free pair of 5mm Chogo needles. I don't have a free pair of 5mm needles, period. All of my 5mm needles, of which I have I have 2 or 3. They're in projects. They're spoken for. I have a free pair of 6mm needles. So we're holding the yarn double and we're making a worsted weight sweater for Christmas. I probably won't even wear it on Christmas because there'll be too many bodies in my house. But it's mine, and I'm going to call it my Christmas sweater. I'm going to call it my Christmas sweater because I'm using Christmas-themed yarn for this striped sweater. And that's just how it's going to go. I'm going to use the Arcane Fiberworks gingerbread color. Gingerbread colors. Again, it's going to show up mostly white. Guys, it's not white, it's pink. It's several shades of light, soft pink with a nice soft kind of milk chocolate brown. And then you get little pops of sort of like a almost cherry red. Like, you know those cherries you buy in the jar? Maraschino cherries. That's the word I'm looking for. That kind of cherry red, which I cannot wear next to my face. I cannot wear next to my face. That is sad times for my facial structure. I have a red undertone that's not going to work, but I do have enough leftover. Where in the world is this going? I do have enough leftover deep purple Barocco vintage DK weight yarn. That looks great with the pink yarn, and then I can wear the purple next to my face. You see where we're going here, right? So I cast it on and I did my ribbing in the purple. It technically calls for 4 rounds, but she says your 4 rounds should be like an inch, and I'm like barely an inch. Like, If I zhuzh the yarn, I'm an inch. So I think I might do one more round and be comfortably have an inch of 1x1 rib for the top. Then I'm going to do 2 inches in the purple. So technically the first stripe will be 3 inches, which is fine. And then I'm going to switch over and I will alternate 2 inches of purple with 2 inches of the gingerbread colorway. So I'm going to have a purple and pink striped sweater. It's what it works down to is I'm going to have a purple and pink striped sweater. And that's fine. I'm going to do the cuffs and the hem in the purple from the top to the bottom so you get that color coordination going on. And it's on. The beauty of it being the gauge swatch worked out fine. I like the sizes for Tristan's stuff. It works out competently. So, and it's a pattern I can use and read. The screen reader and the pattern get a little happy with number reading to me from time to time, but that is okay. I can handle that. So that's what I'm going to do as my Christmas sweater this year. And then what I'll do is I'll work next year once I'm done being pissed at the charts is I will go in and I will manually recolor all of those freaking charts for the Skandir festive yoke sweater so that I can do it next year. Right now, just like the thought of it makes my chest hurt and it makes me want to cry. So I'm still too angry. I can't touch it. I can't go anywhere near it. I just need to leave it alone for a while till I'm less pissed. Also, I'm with you. I think it's just probably just some sort of small muscle twitch situation that rubs the ribs the wrong way and it hurts and I'm registering the pain, right? That's probably what it is. So, what are you going to do, right? All right, what else we got left? We've got my drama aside from going blind. So, not a damn thing I can do about. I did do some rows on my. Did I do some rows on my? No, I did one row. Guys, do you want me to talk about the one row I did on my endless summer adventure? I did a row. I don't think we need to talk about that. I did a row. They're very long rows. I don't like doing them right now. They're so long. So, because we've hit November, I need to keep in mind that I have an Advent to finish. One's done, one more to go. And I have to get the holiday crafting crack-a-lackin'. So this week I gotta order yarn from Michael's. I cannot for the life of me find enough freaking time to make it there in person. So I gotta do an order. I need to get my sister's. I've got the fleece lining for my sister's hat and mittens. So I need to cut out the mitten lining and the hat lining and sew them and then get the mittens on the go so that her Christmas present is done. My mom requested a vest, so I need to get started on that. And I got to do my dad's hat, though I'm not going to, we're not going to hear about the hat till first week in December, which that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I don't know what I'm going to do for the niece yet. I know she requested a crocheted, like a stuffy dragon, but I'm not in the mood to do that. So I'm going to send her some links for other things and be like, hey, what if your aunt made this instead? Would that be okay? That'd be fine, right? Let's talk about fun stuff. I do have to put the wood woes down. Like it can't leave my computer desk. Oh, hey, look at that. I was like, how much time have we got? We got eight-ish minutes before I got to run. I can do the wood woes when I'm at the desk, at the table, at the computer here, and I can work on the haunted cowl. So I don't think I'm going to give up the haunted house cowl. I think I'm going to leave that on the project list. And I'm going to leave the wood woes as like a pick up, put down sort of situation. But I need to get the hat done. I need to get my mom's vest started. And I need to find something for the niece. So I think that and the Christmas sweater should keep me busy. Oh my God. Shall we talk yarn clubs? October's yarn club. I never showed it off in October, but we're in November. That's fine. We've got two. We've got the one I opened and we have the one from Firewood Fabric Home. So everyone's here. I'm sure you've heard this ad nauseum. But if you want to save 10%, you can use the code Northern Knits 10 and save some money on yarn. And in this economy, saving money is always a good idea. So I think, wow, Jen. That's so much stuff. Oh, it's Miranda. I was like, is that Jen's image? No, that's Miranda. Miranda, got your stockings done. Where were you sending your stockings? Felted slippers would be fun. I've made a muscle burl hat. That was quite an interesting, fun knit to do. I need to do my stockings, but I'll probably do that in December. And yes, they're Halloween themed. I have patterns. I just need to make sure I have the right color yarn for it, which is interesting because look at what I'm holding. This is October's Yarn Club color. It is I think it's amber, fossilized amber. Why are we asking me for names? I don't know why we asking me for names. Why did I ask myself for name? You know I can't read these things. Maybe? I don't know. There's words. This is a good sign. It's the fossilized tree sap, guys. It's my middle name. Nope, that's upside down. Well, I can see that there's letters. Amber something? It's really pretty. Oh, to your brother, Miranda. That's right. I had to email thing. Okay, mail things. Oh my gosh. Oh, Suzanne is poking you guys again. Oh, the hats are to your husband. Okay, that makes more sense. That's so much stuff. So much stuff, Miranda. Oh my God, you so much stuff. Crazy. That's so much Christmas gifts. So much. Okay, it makes sense you started in March because like that's a lot. My brain's like, when did you start that? Anyway, we've got a really pretty color. This is the October Club colorway, so it is obviously everyone else has already got theirs and seen them because we're in November. I have November sitting beside me. We'll show it off at the end of November. I like it. We've come to that time of the year where, because I'm getting the yarn club next year. I don't even care what the theme is. I really love Erin's yarn, and I love the colors that she does and does stuff in. So I'm just happy to sign on and support. Right. I don't know if I want to do another year of DK or if I want to do a year of fingering weight. So I got to start contemplating what weight of yarn and what yarn base I want for the club. It's just the biggest decision for me to make right now. That I'm getting it is obvious. This, I think, would work really good in some stockings for me and my cat to go up on my fake fireplace. Mostly because I think this with like a really dark color, because one of the stocking patterns I have is essentially a dead tree in a it's like a dead tree gravestone sort of graveyard situation. And I think this would be a great background color. And then you've got that dark color for all of the colorwork sections. And I think it would be super cute. I mean, the stockings are just for show and decoration. I don't put presents in them. They're just something fun to make. So like, that's what I'm thinking I might do for this one. So, doing your things and you're doing well. But that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do for this one. I do know that yesterday evening I opened up the second to last, yeah, that'd be correct, November Yarn Club from that collection of yarn that came out of my own stash. And some of that yarn got made into projects. Some of them got claimed. Some of them got put back in because I couldn't think of anything to do with the yarn. But it has proven, now that we're almost at the tail end of the year, that was a really good way to use my stash to help encourage me to try to find stuff to do things with rather than just enjoying the pretty looking collection. So like, I may make, and by me, I mean I might cut out a bunch of leftover random wrapping paper that I'm currently trying to get rid of and ask Erin or the mysterious Mr. B to pick a random sets of skeins and wrap them up and make another yarn sort of idea for me for next year. So I will have another 12 skeins or usually a little bit more of yarn from my own collection to open up month to month to try to encourage casting on the stuff that I have from my own collection. I mean, obviously, Thank you also for that time up. Obviously, it's not going to stop me from buying yarn. Let's not get crazy here. That's crazy talk. But it does sort of help showcase off some of the stuff I already have in my collection. November's was a sock set that I opened up. And it is, again, from the Star Trek. I think it was in the year of the Star Trek, I stopped getting sock sets and I just started getting the single skein of yarn because I just took the mini out anyway because one mini does not do toe heels and cuffs for me at my size. So I was like, meh. But we do have another sock set. I don't have time to start another sock right now. I've got the Christmas tree sock yarn sitting in the living room to be wound up today. I don't have time. Do I want to? Yes, I do. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm take the. Oh no, I could leave the mini in. No, I take the mini out. I could do a sockhead slouch hat for myself. I could just make a roundy round sockhead hat. Cause that'd be cute. This would be a cute sockhead hat situation. I do have a small 4mm circular that I could use. Yeah, Miranda, getting the two minis would absolutely be the way to go. It never occurred to me. I just was just like, no, just take them out. I'll just use the one skein. And I do like the single skeins, but yeah, the one skein with the two minis, that makes way more sense for my brain. But this would be a cute sock head slouchy hat, no? I think it would look lovely. Definitely got like a wintry vibe. I do need to wear hats now since I did that. I had that stupid thing done with my ear. My ear's sensitive to freaking cold now. Ears. My ear's such a drama queen. So maybe I do that. Because the sockhead slouch is like a miles of 1x1 rib. And then I just turn the rest of it into like a slouchy beanie hat and add it to my hat collection. And weirdly, I don't have a lot of hats. I don't wear them very often. It's just in the last year where I'm like, no, my ear will not do the cold anymore. It will not do the cold anymore. Oh, it's Dino DNA. That's what the October one is. Thank you, Aaron. That is super. That's a really cute name. This is Jocelyn True, I believe. It's the one I'm holding up right now. But yeah, no, I think that's what I do. Okay, do I have time to wind up two skeins? No. Oh, who cares? Whatever. We all love the drama here, guys. I'm gonna try to cram a hat in too for myself. Or maybe my niece, I might end up making it and I'll put it on her head and see if she likes it and then give it to her for Christmas. So maybe. The mini I'm just claiming for the mini collection. It's a pretty blue. It'll be used somehow. I'm not worried about it. For all of the people in the know, yeah, I have my advent calendar. That's also already here. I also need to think about what I want to do for that. Look, I'm going to put it away right now while everyone's watching. Look. I'm so organized. Aren't we all proud of me? Oof. My week just got. I don't have time. I'm doing it. I don't have time, but I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's do a sockhead slouch. I haven't done a sockhead hat in so long. And they're nice hats. They're nice and easy. I like that they're easy. Because once I'm done the ribbing, it's just roundy. Oh, okay. Here we go. We've got a plan. We're going to have a plan. We got a use. This is going to be something at Christmas time. So we're going to tuck that away for now. We don't need it at the moment. I sort of know what I'm doing this week. Hopefully you guys have got some lovely crafting goals this week. Some plans. We're into that last crunch period where things start to get a little crazy. Sure. You're not wrong. Also, I could have the hat as a Christmas Day cast on, or I could cast it on today. We'll see how it goes. I do need to work on maybe I work on the wood woes while the boys are over tonight. I got to start by winding yarn. It's got to start with winding yarn. I got the Swift set up. I got to do that first. Got to wind the yarn and get the bags sorted. So I've got detail stuff to do. I don't want to do the brioche knitting while I'm playing Warhammer. So Warhammer does require huge chunks of my brain. because it's math based. Like everything else on the planet, it's all math. So I think maybe I'll work on the wood woes while the boys are over. Because I also don't want to work on the Saturday morning sweater because I'm at the point where I need to establish the raglan increase stitch markers and then start the raglan increasings for it. So I don't think that's going to be good for gaming either. But I think if I set the goal to get through, what do we say, like 4 inches of worsted weight knitting a week, maybe 6. I could probably do 6 inches of worsted knitting in a week, conceivably. To keep this, so because we got the striped Christmas sweater, I've got the Christmas socks. We're still plugging away at the wood woes and the haunted house cowl. And then if I've got time, the sockhead slouch. Because I mean, we could go full on optimist here and say I would get a sockhead slouch done before Christmas and then I could just cast on another sockhead slouch at Christmas. I desperately need to have hats and different weights and various styles and sizes for my freaking ears. So like I do need to start making some hat situations occur. Oh. Listen, Asa. We don't all watch me struggle with my goals because I pick practical things. I am impractical to the ninth. I am a creature of chaos and ad libs. It's fine. There's a oh, I mean, you know, you're not wrong. We do need to celebrate the new cast on day of November the 9th. Second only to new cast on day, November the 10th. Oh no. Whatever. This is a phase. We all know I do this. I go through stages where it's fine and then I cast on a bunch of things. This is a normal cycle thing for me. Absolutely awesome. Casting out a sock for today absolutely counts as the cast on holiday for November the 9th. Oh, I love that. Oh. The boys should be headed over shortly here. I probably have a Discord message from one of them because I'm hearing Discord pings in my ear. And I'm pretty sure they're updating me as to their travel times. And I don't know why, because I've told them repetitively Discord is not a way to get a hold of me on a regular. But we can check. What do we got going on here? In fact, oh, we've got they're currently checking in with their warband lists and traveling. So we're doing okay. They'll be on the road here shortly. So we should wrap up soon. That's the thing. Oh, so good. Is it Father's Day in Norway? Wow. People celebrate things at such different intervals for me that I forget it's a thing. Guys, it was Indigenous Veterans Day yesterday. Pfft. I listened to it all the days upcoming on the news, and I was just like, I will take a moment. I completely forgot to take a moment. It's like it's fully a thing now. Like it's in the books. So I'm like, I need to carve out time for that too, which I did not do. Yikes. Oh well, what are you gonna do? It's a thing. It's fine. But yeah, I'm doing my usual thing where I don't have time, but we're going to cast on extra stuff anyway because I want to. I do need to message my niece and ask her to pick something else that I could do for Christmas for her because I don't want to make her another stuffy. This child, I call her a child, she's 19. This young adult lady, I can't call her an adult. I've seen how she makes mashed potatoes. It's not, no. That's not going to work for me. I got to call her and ask her if there's something else that she might like for Christmas. I mean, she did get her blanket for her birthday, the podcast anniversary blanket, and it immediately went on the bed and she curls up underneath it. So I was informed that yes, it's lovely. Mostly because I poked her because she was sleeping one day and asked her how it was going. I wanted info from the source, man. So I don't know. I have to figure something else out. I'm not in the mood to crochet a dragon right now. Just not in the mood to crochet a dragon right now. And that's fine. I may honestly sew my mom's vest and not crochet it or knit it. I may actually just sew it because I've got fleece. I'd have to dye the fleece afterwards because the fleece I have is white, but I could dye it a different color. That would be better for my mom. And then she could have like a nice fleece vest. So that could be good. Maybe I do that for mom this year. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get ready for boys. I'm gonna go boil a kettle for tea because we're all tea drinkers. I'm going to have some lunch because I need to eat, and then I'm gonna see how much yarn I can get wound before the guys get here. Wish me luck. I'm going to try to. Yeah, I need to take that Instagram post. Maybe I start with the kettle lunch Instagram post wind yarn. I think that's probably the best plan forward. We'll see how quickly the plan derails because the plan always derails. Always derails. I am in the process of learning some new video editing software. So once I have sort of learned enough of it that I can function in that ethos, I'm going to go back to publishing edited videos. At the moment, that's just under halt because I am learning new software. And that takes time, unfortunately. It is what it is, as they say. Otherwise, I'm somehow going to magically stay on track and do things, and that'll work out great. Guys, it's going to be a problem. I tell you right now, it's going to be a problem. As long as next Sunday, when I get on here, we've started some socks, we've made some sweater progress, and I haven't fallen behind on my squares, we're counting it as a win. We'll see how much else I can cram in there. Because my brain's like, you only need like a week. I only need a week to do the hat, but I can't talk about the hat till the end of the month. Maybe I work on my sister's stuff this week too and just get it done. I shall have fun gaming. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm going to figure out where the end button is and then do a do an outro. Where is the end button? That's the end button. Why? Because it's the only button my screen reader won't read. Ridiculous, guys. I'm going to say until next week. I'm Jocelyn. This is the Northern Knits Podcast. And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft.